children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. It's Dad's test of might. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor, bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. My Auntie Deb is a whore. We are feral children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. My Auntie Deb is a fucking whore. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. Test about might. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor, bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. Auntie fucking Deb is a goddamn whore. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
That's assault, that's assault, break that up, pop that there, that's assault, that's assault, break that up, break that up, pop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault, it is, you cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that up, these people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that tell? I will. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that up. That's assault. Excuse me. You cannot touch me like that. Break that up. Break that up. Break that. Break that. That's break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that up. Break that up. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. These people. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that up. Break that up. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Stop that chair here. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Break that up. Stop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will tell you exactly what happened. Break that up. Break that up. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that show? I will be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that up. That's assault. Stop that chair. You cannot touch me like that. Break that up. Break that up. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that up. Break that up. That's assault. Stop that. That's assault. That's assault. Stop that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. Out of that show. I will assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Right? Stop that chair here. Man, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Right? That's assault. Right? Stop that chair. Man. Stop that chair. Man. Stop that chair. Man. These people are. These people are going to eject you from this line. Right? That's assault. Right? Man. Right? Oh, I will. Man. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you exactly. Stop that chair here. That's assault. Right now. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault.
That's assault. That is assault. Happy Father's Day to everybody. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Do I need to turn it up? You guys, I think I'm getting sick. I've been randomly bursting into cough fits. I've been getting real sniffly. My eyes are real watery. And I get that feeling like every time you eat something when it all just kind of tastes the same. It all tastes the way pennies smell. Everything tastes like the way periods smell. I don't know how to explain it. That's pretty disgusting, huh? I don't know, just something weird. It almost like when you have to take oh God, my eyes are burning again. What's that stuff called? Antibiotics. And then everything is just like tastes that weird way. And poop. And pee-pee and doo-doo. It doesn't sound good. It's like a coppery. Yeah, maybe I need iron, or maybe there's too much iron in the air. I don't know. I keep getting like to the point where I'm like, I'm not sick. I'm going to be fine. And then it just happens. Cuckies, absolute cuckies. It's so gross. Death? Maybe. You have a sinus infection, Darlene gave me a sinus infection. I got it from you. Never did I think I'd hear Grant tell that's assault at me while I'm in the shower. Yet here Grant's in your shower? Do you want me to call the police? Oh, no. Why is he in there? Get him out. Get him out. Anyway. I think I just need to maybe have one good sneeze and then it'll be fine. What a great Father's Day, you guys. We now have a second AC installed in our living room and dining room. All that shit's connected. You don't need to know my floor plan. I'm just your dad. But you know how like you have a big ass room and then you have like a shitty window unit that's like 150 square feet. Well, I demanded that the landlords let us have another one. You're glowing, Darlene? Good. Darlene is actually she's Chernobyl. She is glowing like a motherfucker right now. I can't see her, but I can feel it. Yeah, I won't do a neti pot because I don't want my arms to fall off like the lady on the zip line or whatever. But yeah, now we have 2 window units. One is right in front of me now. Hugin is under it. He's very cold. So I put a blanket on him and he's feeling all right. He's really liking it. This is the first time I haven't sweat in the living room and my office area in a while. So I don't think we've ever had a house this cool. I guarantee something will come and fuck it up, but not tonight. Not tonight. Damn it. Right now we're cool as a cucumber. So happy Father's Day to you. I do apologize if I start to lose my voice. We have to keep it at a power hour, so I have to go very, very fast tonight. We have to stay on pace, because believe it or not, even though I feel like this, I am going to go try to do a set at the comedy club. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm probably going to do my old, hey, watch me chug this entire bottle of Robitussin bit, and I'm just going to start insulting strangers. So that's going to be fun. Diet Nebraska. You know what? You just reminded me. I was going to make a series of shirts and hoodies a while back. And I'll be honest with you, my mother and my friends and my family still think it's funny to ask me to explain where states are to them, and then they laugh at me for having it's not that I don't. Here's the thing, I reject the knowledge. I rebuke it. We are all one state. We are the United States. That's what united means. We come together. We don't have to separate ourselves. I don't need to know all of them. But anyway, I was gonna make a series of, how there's shirts that say like Kentucky or like KY slide on it and it's the state of Kentucky. I want to do them where it's like Diet Nebraska and it's Delaware behind it. And then I want to do a series of like where each state is a different nickname that I like to give them. Like for a while there, I was calling Alabama baby Florida, because it's like if Florida had a baby and that baby also did crimes. So there's that. I don't get why Mazza Media doesn't have a t-shirt that says Massachusetts. Or does he? He should. Dance Kinetics, I almost messaged you on Twitter today. I also had a great salad today. I just ate it before I got here. If you have a chance to go to a place called All Day Pizza here in Austin, it's amazing. It's like, it was supposed to be a pop-up, but it stuck because it was so good. They have the best miso Caesar. And it's a miso Caesar dressing. And I did get some in my eye, which also could be why it's burning. It could not be a sickness. I could be totally healthy. They forgot your fucking ranch. Aren't you from Texas? I think legally you have to get violent. Or you can go to jail for not taking a swing at them over that. I love anchovies in my Caesar. If there are no anchovies, I don't want it. There used to be a restaurant in San Antonio that had the best fucking Caesar salad I've ever had in my life. The only other one that I had before that was better was La Madeleine's. They have a good one because they mix it and I like black olives in it. But, and if Dawn Marie's here, I apologize. Also, what was I was thinking about Italian cheeses today. Let's derail. Let's talk about cheese. A duel is a great idea. It's a great idea. Yeah, it is personal if there's no ranch. A good Caesar with chicken is a true meal. It is. Now, I like blackened salmon also, and I just think it's the best. The best Caesar I ever had was at this place in San Antonio, and it was like they take tortilla strips, tricolored, and they mash them up, and then they put they put an Asiago and a Parmesan cheese with a Southwest Caesar. Okay. Extra salty. Yeah, there's anchovies in Caesar salad. I mean, in Caesar dressing. That's like the main ingredient is anchovies. If you eat Caesar salad and didn't know that, go look in your ingredients right now. I guarantee you there's probably anchovies in. That's like the key thing. That's what makes it that. That's like red velvet cake and vinegar. Like, how can you can't make it without it. Like, that's how it's made. A lot of people don't know that you use vinegar to curdle milk to make red velvet cake. Fascinating, isn't it? Anyway, thank you very much. They're taming. They are settling. They are settling. And also, anchovies are so fucking good at Cece's Pizza. They will let you just order whatever kind of pizza you want. And their pizza isn't good, but they'll give you anchovies with pineapple and black olives and they won't side-eye you. So I will go to bitch-ass Cece's any day because they're willing to do that for me. And most places make a big stink out of it. Now, yeah, that's probably why you hate it. You could probably taste the fish. Yeah, like at restaurants, it's just cheaper because buttermilk prices went up. Someone told me that and I didn't believe them, but now that a second person has, now I believe it. But yeah, vinegar, a little curdle. You put a little milk in it, it curdles. You fucking whisk it real quick, and then that goes in your red velvet. It's pretty crazy, huh? You don't even taste that shit. Same as the Caesar. So anyways, had a great Caesar dressing today. I wish Dawn Marie was here because I had a fuck up. Someone said pecorino to me. We were talking cheese. And they said, what about a good pecorino? And I was like, an Italian penis? Because that's literally what I thought it meant. I've heard pecorino before. And like when they pronounce it, when the Italians pronounce it, they say it weird. They say pecorino or some shit. It never sounds the same. But when like some white trash person from my neck of the woods says it, it's like that just sounds like an Italian dick. Like and I've always just thought that was what it was. It's like, oh, this is just, they're doing slang at me. This is an Italian slang. Pecorino is not actually Italian penis. It's not Italian for penis. It's just cheese. So that's pretty cool. I thought I knew all the cheeses. Jesus, turns out I don't. Okay. So there's that. Trader Joe's has a delicious plant-based Caesar dressing. And I've had some non-anchovy ones. Not a fan because they're a little too sweet, but I like the ones that are Italian dressing. We have made it 15 minutes and we have not talked about anything true crime. Nothing related to this channel has been spoken about, and that is on me. Yeah, pecorino. It's just Italian for dick. Right? I don't know. We'll figure it out. The brie field as opposed to debris field. There's so many cheeses discovered today. How many kinds of cheese do you guys think there are? I've never actually looked that up. Let's find out. Let's do some OSINT. Let's turn this into an OSINT challenge. I just typed the word OSINT challenge. That's not a thing. How many different cheeses are there? We're not even going to grok. We're just going to 1,800? Over 2,000 now. Oh, wow. They're updating it constantly. It's like technology. Cheese is always evolving. Wow. 4,356. You're getting different numbers than I am. Does anyone know what the rarest cheese is? Who can tell me what the rarest cheese is? Don't Google. I already did, but I don't even know how to say that. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to yell. That's crazy what that is. Who knows what the rarest cheese on earth is? Does anybody know? Hey, Scott, how dare you? I'm a wacko lefty. But also, thank you. Happy Father's Day to you, Wendy. Happy Father's Day, Scott. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Dick cheese, no, but no, toe cheese, that's disgusting. No, actual, well, I wonder if that's in the list, actually. The cheese of a Fremunda, that's hilarious, Julie. How dare you? No, it's a labor-intensive cheese. Oh, you're going to love this when you find out. It's not what you expect. It's produced in Serbia using the milk of the Balkan donkey, and it's called Pule cheese. Balkan donkey cheese, anybody? An Italian penis, says I am Cher. Hello, Cher. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Father's Day to you, Cher. Stop, says Archibald. You don't want to know? You don't want to know about donkey cheese? Dude, labor intensive. Because the donkeys, they'll run. As soon as you try to get their creams and their cheeses, they will run from you. They will run. I'll milk all of you. If you kids fight over politics on Father's Day, I will milk all of you. No. Judge Archibald is having a note. No, I will not comply. Mary B, I will not comply. I will pass. Some things don't need to be. You don't think that this donkey ass motherfucker making this cheese it shouldn't exist? It's from a Balkan donkey. I bet if you saw a Balkan donkey in real life, you would say yes, please. I bet you would. I don't even think you have to kill the donkey to get its cheese. I think it can live and you can just take the cheese. Thank you very much, I am Cher. Thank you very much. Can you have a donkey grilled cheese? I don't know. You can play donkey basketball. So why can't you have a donkey grilled cheese? I say yes. Politics is toxic. Speaking of toxic, Britney Spears? Lock her up or keep her out? What do you think? Sound off in the comments. Okay. I'm going to let you guys watch some silly shit. And then I was thinking this. I'm going to put up a link. And I want to do a thing where anybody can click in. You can show your face. You don't have to show your face. We'll go through one at a time. Whoever's here. Do 1 minute, 1 minute max, because we got to be quick. And I've already wasted 20. And I want you to tell me, obviously, we're going to talk Karen Reed because it's happening. It's going down. In 1 minute, I want you to summarize for me your feelings on the trial and what do you think is going to happen. You think she's going to be found guilty, innocent, hung jury? And then just tell me why, but try to do it in a minute. So I'll put the link up now. Anybody can come in. If you're sitting in the back, I can see you on the bottom, and I'm going to bring you up one at a time. We'll just loop through, okay? So if there's 6 of you waiting, when we finish the first one, then I will bring up the next person. That way there's a queue. And if none of you guys come up, then I'm just going to play a lot of Fredrickson and Marcus for you, and then we're all going to pass out together mutually after drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? Because I've decided, you guys know I don't like nudity. I don't like feet. We're never going to be a sex cult. But it would be cool if we really made a snarkleberry fin flavor of Kool-Aid. And then we all drank it. And then we just go to sleep. Isn't that fun? Not in that way. Just like to have Kool-Aid together. Anyway, I'm going to let this play. I'll put the link up here. Let me put it up. Anybody who wants to call in and tell me about your Karen Reed thoughts, everybody gets 1 minute. Un momento. It's Megan's birthday? It's Megan's birthday. Oh, we already did this, Megan. Megan, did we already do your birthday? Megan. You got 2 birthdays now? Oh, no, you said it was coming up the other day, didn't you? Did Dr. Rentschler have a what? Have a ham and poulet sandwich? Maybe. Did Dr. Rentschler have a donkey sandwich? That's exciting. This is very exciting. Everybody, happy birthday. It's Darlene's birthday. It's Darlene's birthday, right? Happy birthday, Darlene. Is it? Tomorrow. Be nice to get a not guilty. Tomorrow we celebrate your birthday, Darlene. You think it's going to be a not guilty? Exciting. I hope for it. I truly do. I absolutely do. Also, people with bad guts are they don't like cheeses. It's just, or like, their guts are fucked. That wasn't glitter, Scott. That was what was it called? It's the shiny shit we used to get at Hot Topic. Is it called polyester? No. It's called pleather, isn't it? Yeah, collusion costs so much money. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow is Darlene's birthday. Your card said she'd go free. Darlene, are you sure? Did you read them upside down, or are you sure? You better be sure. I'm going to hold you to that. Darlene, if your cards are accurate tomorrow, I'll send you new tarot cards. I will send you new tarot cards, new ass tarot cards. Her birthday was a week ago. Megan, you're milking it, Megan. This is how Megan bullies us with too many birthdays. You're sure. Darlene is positive. Okay, great. Oh, let me put the link up. I didn't put it up. I'm so sorry. Here. Let me put it up. The flowers, for hours. What is that? That song's so stupid. It gets stuck in my head. I don't even like it. The bluebirds. All right. This is the link. Okay. You could show yourself. You could not show yourself. It's fine. But we are going to cap it at 1 minute. Okay. Don't be telling me about your dreams. I don't want to hear about any. Listen, if you have any injuries, okay. If you have any deep, dark thoughts about God, if you have any political thoughts, if you have opinions on gender, if you want to go on a rant about a criminal case, if you absolutely need to tell me about a dream you had in 1986, if you want to confess anything, or if you want to call me names, let's just do that another day. Today is 1 minute Karen shit. Just tell me, is she going to be found guilty or not? And any thought that you have, okay? Whatever thought you need to share in a minute, you share it, as long as it's Karen Reed trial related. We're manifesting, okay? It's a group manifesto. I already have one person in the back. Hello. We're going to bring you up after we're going to play a couple of shorts, and then I'm going to bring you up, and then whoever pops up next, we'll go in order. Yeah, fuck it, Scott. It's a StreamYard link. I have full control. It'll be fine. Here we go. I'm going to play you guys a video. We're going to do a little video, okay? And we're going to talk to each of you, whoever fucking calls it, types in, whatever you call it. All right? All right, here, I'm going to play this for you. We're just going to watch a couple of short things, and then it's literally going to be 3 or 4 minutes that we're going to hear all your thoughts. Are you ready? Here we go.
9-year-old Tokyo pimp Brian Albert Jr. is back with an all-new hotspot that answers the question.
Well?
This place, the Waterfall Bar and Grill, has everything. Geeks, Sherpas, a Jamaican nurse wearing a shower cap.
Bukkake.
PB and jelly sandwiches.
Sneezing.
Energy forces.
A Russian man on a prepaid cell phone. Guys with afros. And look over there in the corner. Is that Mick Jagger? An albino that looks like Susan Powder. Germs.
Germs?
German Smurfs. Of course. And just when you think the fun is over, knock, knock, who's there? It's Black George Washington. And anyone can get in. There's no password. At the door, just do the Cosby face.
The Cosby face?
Yeah.
I want to shift gears for a second, Sergeant Buchanan, and ask you about some of the physical evidence in the case.
Bruh.
That was legitness.
Okay. So this is Shiloh's update on the shoe thing. I wanted to share that with you guys for a few reasons. Okay. Number one, because we've been watching Shiloh a lot and we've been keeping up with his adventures on the dark web. And I don't know if you noticed it, but it said Onion site has disconnected. So the site, yeah, they're still tracking him. No, he destroyed the tracker though. But here's what they did. They got rid of the website. So when he went back on it, it was gone. And he's just explaining in a short, hey, this is pretty normal. I just wanted to confirm that and wanted to explain it a little bit for anybody who's curious. And because people get worried. They're like, oh no, they're coming after him. No. Anytime there's, whether it's a scam, typically if it's a scam and they're just going to take your money and not give you the product, right? Whatever it is you ordered, they will immediately disconnect their site. And then you will see like 100 mirror sites pop up, new ones. And they do it all the time, especially if they think that they're compromised or somebody ordered something from like, I don't know, the federal government. They're going to come after them. But anytime they get busted for anything, like whether it's I underpaid on shipping, I sent them a broken item, anything that happened, they'll just take the site down. So I found it very funny and totally on brand with dark web behavior, with Tor behavior in general, that he goes back to check after destroying the GPS and it says Onion site is disconnected. Like the site's gone. This is 100% normal. It happens all the fucking time. So don't worry about him. But I do think it's kind of funny that they were like, oh, he killed our GPS. We're out skis. I'm like, done. With that said, that's the latest update to Shoegate. All right. That's what we know. All right. I got a couple of other videos to show you later, but let's get your opinions while we have time. So I have somebody here. We're going to do one. Hold on. I have timers. I had a thing that is like a tiny. Let me ask you guys this. You ever come across one of these things? What are those things called where it's like from Days of Our Lives? You turn it upside down and like sand through it's an hourglass. Oh, you just have to say the intro and it works. Okay. On my neck. So I have one of those. And have you ever actually timed them? Because it says this is a minute's worth of sand. And then I flipped it and it took like 3 fucking minutes. And I was like, lies. That's too long. Yeah, hey, Scott, come on. We don't want to kick you out again. You got to be nice. We ain't disparaging you. And I'm liberal. You can't come into a liberal person's chat. What if I go in your chat and I'm like, I don't like retired fucking COs, Scott? Come on. Anyway, love you to death, bud. But, let's not, because I could hate on some republicanism, but I'm not because it's fascist day. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right, I got the timer going. We're going to go one at a time. And again, the link's right there. If you want to pop up, give me your opinion. Do you think she's guilty? Do you think she's innocent? And give me a tight one. Give me a tight 1 minute on all your thoughts on the case that you just got to get out publicly. Okay, are you ready? We're about to meet equal parts Equal pots, are you ready? Equal farts, here she is.
Oh, hey.
Is that Gay Jeff as an angel?
Well, she turned gay. Like, she had a short in the wings.
Beautiful.
So she's no longer the pink Karen Reed fairy. But if you can see
Short-winged.
below, the taillight fairies are still shining
Okay,
their
wait.
taillights and sprinkling them all over.
You're getting extended
garden.
time because I just realized,
So-
Kristen, right? Oh, I shouldn't say your name.
Hello?
I
Are
will
you there?
delete that. Yes. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. Are you there?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Are you there? I don't know if
Yeah,
you're there.
yeah. Can you hear me okay?
I'm getting a sign that you're not there anymore. Okay.
No,
well,
I'm
hopefully
here.
you are.
I'm here.
So this is my free Karen Reed angel.
Look at that.
Here
so
is.
she hit me up a
Oh my
while
God,
back
where is it?
to show
I
me all of her
can't
Karen
control the
Reed art.
camera like normal on this thing.
No, you're good.
Here's my taillight fairy.
This is the
Are
one
you
I told you
seeing
she
her at
makes
all?
Karen Reed art. No, we
Well,
can see
obviously,
perfectly.
I'm 100%. She's obviously innocent.
We can
It
see
just pisses me off no end. The similarities between what the police did with her and with what I have dealt with in the past. And
Oh
gosh,
I'm
not made up. I'm not ready for prime time tonight.
You
But
gotta
this
turn
is
your
me.
volume up.
This is what
Can
I
you
look
hear
like.
us?
Now you
I
know.
don't think she can hear us.
I
don't think she can hear us at all.
And I'm
This is kind of funny.
Getting back out of public view here.
Can you hear us okay?
I think it's a travesty. I have a lot of my own issues that are reflected in this.
Oh.
So I just hope she goes free.
I hope so
and
too.
I hope that at some point they see connections between something I deal with in my own life, something that happened many years ago, but still affects me and affects my children. And I hope she goes free. That's it.
Me too.
Thank you.
Can you hear us?
I can't really tell if I'm connected or not at this point.
You are.
Are you there?
Yes. I'm here. I just typed you in private
I'm
chat.
not hearing
Can
you
you hear
at
us?
all, Obi. Are you there?
Oh no. God damn it, StreamYard. Yes,
hear
I'm
you.
here.
I'm sorry. Okay,
I'm
I'm going to sign off. Bye.
Oh, everyone, that was equal parts. Okay, I'll sign her out so she can hear. Okay, there. I think I did it. Okay, that's equal parts. We could hear her the whole time. I think it's because I think the phone turns when it's live and you're using a phone. I think that it might do something with the volume, so you have to turn the volume up. Did you guys see her art? She's the one I told you. She has a ton of art. She makes Karen Reed art. That was a tail light sculpture. And she sent me some pictures. I'll see if she'll let me put them on the community wall so that you guys can see. But she made a Karen Reed angel, like that big ass thing that's up there. That's beautiful, by the way, super cool. It's a what was it? What kind of donkey? No, it was a tail light. Like it's like all these twisty things where it looks almost like a rose bush, but there's taillights on the end, which is super cool. Dawn Marie, did you know that pecorino is not Italian for penis? And why didn't you tell me? So yeah, I don't think she could hear us. I don't think she could hear us because of the phone situation. Dawn Marie, hey, anybody who wants to come up, I'll put the link again. You come up, you give us a minute and tell us, let us know. Do you think she's going to be found innocent or guilty? What are your thoughts on the trial? What do you think? Everybody gets a minute. So if you want to pop on and give your thoughts, we'll go one at a time. And you also don't have to show your face. Ew. Pecorino in my eye. Just kidding. So I'm going to wait for you guys. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard right now. It's acting really wonky. Oh my God. My eyes are watering so much. I think I am sick. Dawn, I don't have the lemon on deck. I wish I had the lemon on deck. Fuck. So it could dance around and stuff. Hidden metadata. That's fun to say. Hidden metadata. Total Injustice Agreed. Pretty fucked up. Not surprised after what they did to Sean Ellis. All right, here we go. We got Amber K.A. We got a minute on the clock, Amber. Are you ready? Tell us, do you think Karen's going to be found guilty, innocent? Do you think it's going to be a hung jury? What do you think is going on? And what are your feelings? Tell us everything.
Hi, OB. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
I think that my hope and my prayers are that she's innocent and that she's found innocent and not guilty.
Wait a minute. Your time's paused. I recognize that voice. Who do you sound so much like Jen Altman.
Do I?
Amber, are you Jen Altman?
It's not the first time I've been accused of it. On X, I have been as before.
Dude, I need to get you and Jen on together. That's we. I'm really good at picking out voices.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like, who's this actor? I just know. You and her, I bet you guys have the same pitch and tone. We're gonna check it.
We're very similar in a lot of ways. We agree on everything except Papa.
I bet y'all probably could come to an understanding. Dude, I want to hear you guys debate each other. You sound exactly alike. That is crazy as fuck, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Your time starts over. Go on. What do you think is going to happen and what are your
Okay. Well, what I wanted to say was I'm a little bit concerned because for the public, trial 1.0 and trial 2.0 had the whole deal, gave us everything.
Yep.
But we're not thinking that people in the jury on the second trial don't know what we know from the first trial and from the media. And I'm wondering what parts are they were left out. I think they're going to be really confused. I don't think they want to know what happened and they're not going to know.
Yeah. You know what's a good tester or variable? That I'm gonna be honest, it did worry me is and I'm not trying to put her on blast. I love her to death. I still love her. I think she's one of the smartest people I know. So nobody give her a hard time. But our friend Turbo, who me and her agree on everything. Like we're fucking across the line pretty much, like separate, come to our own conclusions. What do you think? We read each other's notes. It's like, oh, me too. Now, she didn't watch the first trial, went in blind. Because then she can be our what do you call it? Our variable juror, our test subject. She didn't do it for us. She just wanted to do it. Like, I want to see what the jury sees. And she put out a tweet that was straight up like, I don't know how anybody can see that she is innocent. Like, this is crazy. Like, she literally could not process it. And then I got worried and I was like, yes, litmus. That's the word, Joe Biffle. Thank you. Welcome back, Joe Biffle. And I was like, wait a minute, because she's one of the smartest people I know. Like, how did you get to this conclusion? So I texted her like a long ass thing. And I was like, first of all, heads up. If anybody fucking hoses you with jizz, just let me know. Second of all, and I'll fuck them up. Second of all, you should know a couple of things. I told her about the Sandra Birchmore shit. I told her about Proctor's text. Because you have to remember, AJ read a portion.
Right. They didn't have Proctor reading it and saying CUNT, but really saying it.
Exactly. And then the part about kill yourself and the part about leaky balloon, not like very specific things that are just as a woman, the women on the jury, I know I would be fucking
in trial 1, that was what dropped my jaw, where I was like, oh, this mother effer. Like, it made you hate the state for Proctor, and you don't get that same feeling from trial 2.
Exactly. And they dropped it day 1. Remember, it was in the opening statements for Yannetti. And the way he said it, he goes, he said this shit. And it was like, oh, like, even the way he said it was like, it got me, like, my hair stood up on my fucking arms.
I had the same thing. I had chills when Yannetti did the opening statement, because it was like things you wouldn't even call your worst enemy or something along those lines. And he
did that shit. He leaned in and he went, they tried to tell her to kill herself. Like, the way he did it was just so like, come here, I got a secret. Like, it was very perfect. It was just very perfect. I don't know how to explain it. It was, again, Matthew McConaughey in that fucking where he's like, what if she was wild? Like, that whole speech he gets. Like, oh my God, dude. Just yes, dude. That was that. But here's the thing. The defense, somebody said it in the chat. They did do a better job this time by giving you facts and shit. But here's the problem. we love this shit. We love watching trial. We don't love seeing people on trial, but like we love analyzing, breaking shit down. We paid attention to the first one. We paid attention to the journalists that covered it. We all have opinions on it and had opinions on it. The people who were chosen for the jury are just random fucking people. And the thing
Right.
is that I always remind myself is if you got picked for that jury, that means you don't know about this shit. Everyone fucking knows about this shit if you like true crime, right? Or if you like trials, or if you are just a passionate person, a political person, a person in the movements, if you value freedom. So some people who don't know about it, I presume they probably don't know a lot about other trials. They probably don't watch this kind of shit. So people who don't watch this kind of shit or aren't interested in it in a way where they don't know about one of the biggest fucking trials in the US and it's pretty adjacent to where they live.
Right.
That tells me they probably don't watch a lot. So I'm thinking those people, what's going to appeal to them is going to be the gossip, the gravy. They need to have their hand held and be told, by the way, this guy is a bad guy. And so that stresses me out because yes, it was a better case for us. But for a juror who just wants to hear, did he try to fucking look through her nude? Like you could just say he looked for her nudes.
And they went in there with these fresh eyes. And you know what? This is why they tell you to shut the fuck up Friday. Okay. Why Karen did those interviews is beyond me. I'm sorry to be negative, y'all.
I agree.
But
I
I'm like, girl, like if somebody wants to hate you, now they have the ammo to hate you. She
exactly.
Not said a word.
In the part on it when look, I agree 100%. She is innocent. She has every single right to defend herself, to say what she wants, to put her story out 100%. But again, like you said, there's a reason there were defense attorneys who were like, who let her do this? The thing is, she's smart. And Alessi gave a speech at some fundraiser thing they did for her where he said she is the backbone. She is the hardest worker. She is our paralegal, like essentially. She is a lawyer at this point. Like he didn't say those exact words, but he was basically saying she does all the work we do, right? So she's a smart bitch. Like she's smart as fuck. You can tell she teaches classes. She's wicked fucking smart. But here's the thing. When you're wicked fucking smart and you get on TV and say, this is my testimony, and court's coming up, I say, why don't you just give your testimony during your testimony? Like, why don't you just testify in court?
Right. Rather than letting them pull the bad clips out that they want, that's going to
edit them,
paint you in a negative light, that either you're going to testify or you're not. It's one thing to go out there on the steps of the courthouse and have a few sound bites that are prepared beforehand that you discuss with your lawyers versus doing these long interviews where you don't know what's going to come out of your mouth. We speak poorly sometimes. We're human. And they're going to take everything they can against her. Yeah, they're going to do the Franken edits.
I scream this at the top of my lungs. If you ever do a true crime documentary, whether it is a show, just an interview, if you're interviewed for the fucking paper, if you're on a pre-recorded podcast, anything like that, you need to be careful because 100% of journalists, even if they're saying they're ethical, I've done it inadvertently. You don't read through your shit. Maybe you miss, or you've read it 100 times and you're like, this is good. And then someone reads it and they go, oh, this part's kind of fucked up. And then you realize, oops, I put it in at this one part that looks bad. Right. These people do that shit on purpose. They're like, how can we make this person fucking look bad?
Because they want to make it sensual, and make it interesting. And it's all about the views, not necessarily about the truth.
And they're professional journalists and editors who do that all the time. Then give it to Hank, someone who has a vendetta, an agenda, and is trying to form fit it against her. That's a recipe for a fuck stew. Like, it's never going to go good for her. And the thing is, they are told, I don't get this when they say, don't consider any of this as evidence, but here's the closing speech where they're going to go ahead and run through all the evidence. Like everyone knows the closer is wrap it up. Like, give us a rundown of everything. So just in case we forgot something, tell us what we're supposed to do, and then give us any last minute shit you need to get in. And I feel like AJ did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he had a great closing.
But the shit that made me get the most angry at the CW, they didn't share a damn bit of it in this trial. And I get that technically they didn't need to because she wasn't hit by the car and there was tons of reasonable doubt. But I am of the opinion, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here, but like in all seriousness, like if people registered that there was a ton of reasonable doubt in the beginning, we wouldn't be here. If they registered that at the end of the last trial, we wouldn't be here. The CW is pushing it, and I'm really worried that any jury is going to go, well, they must have brought it here for a reason. There's no way they'd waste our taxpayer money and all of our time on this. That's what stresses me out.
And that's kind of a bias that we don't even realize we have going into, the courts as a juror. We automatically think, well, they wouldn't bring these charges on her if she didn't do something. And even if you're not thinking, no, unfortunately not, because I was a victim of a violent crime when I was 21. So every time I fill out the form and I say I was a victim, they don't let me be a juror. I'm the only person in the United States that wants to be a juror.
Same. They say immediately, they're like, you ever been? One time I went up there. I finally went up there after they called me 3 times. I just didn't check my mail. And I was like, oh, this is the moment I've been waiting for. And I got up there, and one of the investigators that worked on my case, well, he worked on my case. He showed up at the scene and helped. He was there to testify in like a DWI thing. Like here, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but the cop kind of has to show up for certain charges to stick. So sometimes
because then they don't have evidence if he can't testify.
Yeah, and so some people will go and the cop's not there, and they're like, woohoo! And he was there. And immediately he's like, what are you here for? I'm like, jury duty. He's like, oh, you're not going to get in. And I was just like, what, dude? And he's like, you're not going to fucking get in. He just told me, he's like, no, if like you were on the news, you're not going to get in. They could easily just Google you. And I was just like, fuck. And I really thought about, and even in my brain, I'm trying my best to be ethical. But in my brain, I was like, I bet I could fucking get on this jury. Like I was,
Obi, what's funny is they would send me the cards in the mail all the time, and I would always check the box because I answered it honestly. And then it got to a point where they just stopped sending those cards. They must have like taken me off permanently.
Well, I think so. Here in Travis County, they're supposed to like send it in, and you're supposed to get charges, but they just keep sending them. You will get them until you show up, like weekly. And I'm just like, let me go in there. I also just discovered that show called Jury Duty with James Marsden that people have been talking about. Is that guy in it? Did they do a real Truman Show, or is it made to look like a Truman Show?
I think it's made to look like a Truman Show. I don't know much about it. Melanie Little talked about it a lot. She likes that show.
It was such a dope. I just saw some clips and stuff, and then I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, this is such a dope show. What a great idea. It makes me want to be on a jury more so I can bond with a bunch of weird strangers and then maybe win $100K. But that's not what juries are like. The show was real and he had no idea. Are you fucking kidding me?
It was real. You guys are kidding.
That makes it better.
They're messing with us.
No, they are. They're fucking with us. There's no way. They
are your kids, Dad. You know they are.
Yeah, I know. They made me say my cunt that time. Yeah, and you know what, Scott, is ridiculous is that, I mean, everything you just said, absolutely, but the whole, she could have gone home and drank. Ask the kid who was there with her. Why didn't you ask the kid? You didn't? So you fucked up, Hank. You didn't do your job.
The burden's on the Commonwealth.
Yeah, he needs to ask those questions, and he didn't. Yeah, Wendy thought she heard it was Wendy. Wendy would never fuck with Wendy. And you know what they said in that show that made me think of it is the guy who's trying to get out of it. He's like, what can I say to get out of jury duty? And then it just fades out, and then it cuts to them picking him. And then and the bailiff, Miss Jackie's like, stand up. And she's a black chick. And he just looks at her and he goes, I'm racist. And she's like, no, you're not. Sit your ass down.
And I'm like, what can I say to get on a
And
jury?
he's like, yeah, then he's like, I'm so sorry. It's just he told me that I could say that to get on the to get out of jury duty. And then the judge goes, who said that? Who told you that? And then the guy who did it is just like, and then he didn't tell. He's like, nobody, never mind.
He didn't snitch. He gets credit from me for that.
That's so fucking funny. I can't believe that guy. Are you guys now? I have to Google it without them. I'll do it after. We'll find out. I want to know.
We don't trust you kids.
Yeah, I don't trust a damn one of y'all. So I do think so. So do you think they're gonna find her not guilty, hung jury, or lesser charge? I guess that should be the question.
I think it's either going to be not guilty or the DUI, but I think there's going to be a holdout or two that's going to make it go longer than we wanted it to.
What do you think about the foreman not taking notes? Because everybody freaked out about that, and I'm like, I know quite a few people. If you know you're only going to hear it once, because they did tell them at the beginning, right, that at the end you're going to rely on your notes and that only. And there's certain things we can give you, right? So I'm thinking that this person's like, oh, well, I'll just check them out in the bow. I'll one of those kids who's like, I'll just cheat on the test. I'll just read their notes. But I also know there's people that just they have one shot. Don't miss your chance to go. So they just absorb it. They just want to be in the moment, hear it all. They want to hear the story.
Well, TV says it was a black man, and a real black man who's the jury foreman. And it reminded me of my husband, because I'm like, yeah, he would be the one sitting there chill that nobody could get a read on, but he's listening to every word and taking everything in. So
now I trust him more.
Right. The foreman doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't know why people were getting real worked up over that, because I'm sitting there going, he's probably the type. First of all, it's a guy. So in my opinion, less likely to take notes unless it's on a computer or a phone, more likely to sit and listen. And I know that's going to sound strange to women. Believe it or not, guys can be really great listeners, especially when they are intrigued. And I think that the entire situation, it crosses gender and sex boundaries. It doesn't really matter who you are. Most people get angry when they hear the facts in this case. So
there's so many reasons to get angry. So if it doesn't touch one nerve, it's going to touch another for that person.
I also think that it would be smart to only, and this is probably a dumb idea, but I think it would be smart. Half the jury is allowed to take notes and the other half has to just listen.
What is wrong with you?
No, just because it's like, and then you guys all have to share, because when people are taking notes, they're not listening. And then there's people, or whichever you prefer, but we got to have an even 6 and 6 or whatever, something like that.
Maybe they should just have readbacks if somebody's not sure of something, like every other state that's civilized in the United States.
You know what? Fuck everything I said. You're absolutely right. Duh. That's another. And also, I was doing this today and I got distracted and I forgot. Maybe I should finish it. But I went through and pulled jury slips from like any publicly available jury slips from other states for similar charges. So it was basically driving under the influence and killing a guy. It was manslaughter. It was manslaughter. Well, for some, it's like a different degree of murder. Like different states are different,
right?
Believe it or not. But some of them, it's like a Dewey with a operating a motor vehicle and intentionally causing a homicide. And then some of them, it's accidental manslaughter. And the way they're written out on the slips are different. So I just had to read through a few of them and be like, okay, this is what happened with Karen. This is what happened with Karen. And like, there was that kid, Ethan, was it Couch? He was the kid from here in Texas who like drunk drove his rich parents' vehicle, wrecked it, killed people. But he also like, I think raped someone once. And like,
oh, well, he's
just fled to Mexico.
Take home to mom and dad, huh?
Yeah, and that kid got like a house monitor and like barely a slap on the wrist, but you could pull jury forms for that case and a couple others. The cases for Texas, you have to have not guilty there. Like for every guilty, there has to be not guilty written under it as an option, or you have the charge guilty written next to it and then the charge not guilty, and that's that simple. I looked at Oklahoma's and it's literally, are they guilty of this offense or not? It's just that. And then the offense goes into depth and papers behind it. Like, all of them have a guilty, not guilty, and it's very straightforward. And some of them will say you have to check one of these boxes.
Well, they make it simple and they make it easy, and Massachusetts doesn't. I mean, even with the forms being altered based on the defense's demands, it's still insufficient, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's so long and confusing. And then he said there's 7 charges on here, 7 possibilities. But then I looked at the form and I counted 8. I'm like, where are they getting 7 from? Because you're going line by line. There's 8. I just don't. We've seen it. We've been through this rigmarole. We watched trial 1, and I'm still confused.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't learn anything from trial 1. So if they don't want to change, that's part of the problem. Like, you realize these problems come out and you're like, oh, shoot, we never thought about this could happen. Maybe we should poll the jury, or maybe we should make it clearer on what each charge. And yet there's like, this is how we always do it, Mr. Jackson. This is how we do it in Massachusetts. Like that's just, it's like the same thing over and over again. They never want to change.
So no one else is in here and we got like 10 minutes left, dude. What if we let's just gossip? No one's in here. Like, they're not, there's no one waiting. I want to know the real tea. Be honest with me, Amber. Do you think Karen and Higgins are going to fuck when this is done?
Are you messing with me?
No, I'm dead ass serious. How would people feel? What if I'm dead?
He didn't even answer her text when she said John's dead. If he wanted it, like at that point, he was like, nope, I'm putting it on the girl. I'm getting out of this one.
Do you think that when this is all over, she gets found innocent? Do you think she's going to get a ding on her phone and she's going to look down and it's going to be like, what's up?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be what's his name, Kevin from Southeast or South Boston or something, when he called in the JFK.
I think it would be so great. Like, just imagine, like, if she spotted on the town and she's with Higgins, I would get so pissed. I've literally thought about that.
I think she would never. He might. I think he would.
What if this whole trial's over and then all of a sudden we see Peggy and Karen at In-N-Out?
Is this the upside down? Do you think like hell has frozen over? Because these are never going to happen ever.
Massachusetts fucks me up so bad that the shit that I see, the choices I see being made, the behavior on display, all of it, the words that you guys use to insult each other in Massachusetts are wild fucking words. Big fucking bird, for example. Like, these are things that people don't normally say or do in other places.
Or they say maggot too, instead of the one that begins with F. That's their way of saying the F one, but calling him a maggot. Yeah. Oh,
damn. Here they just go, are you steer or queer? Like, that, it's literally just very straight up. Like, just, or you want them gay tops? And then they're like, cool, here's a Bucky's hat. Like, nobody, it's literally just like that. So I'm wondering,
it was culture shock coming from the East Coast and moving to the Midwest, because it was like, I'm from outside of Philly area, and I come for Philly though, I was soft, but I come to the Midwest and I'm like hard here. They are so freaking nice. It scares me.
Yeah. When I was in New York the first time, I've told people this before, I had the best time because everyone was so mean. And like internally, I like to think, well, what if this happened? Like I just did, where I'm like, well, what if Karen's hanging out with Peggy, or what if she starts dating Higgins? Like, I know that logically these might not happen, but because everything I've seen there blows my mind, I sit there and I go, what would blow my mind here? And that would. So I'm almost anticipating the crazy shit. And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's like, man, in New York, I know that it's crazy and it's mean and it's aggressive to be rude to someone. But if I go to New York and people aren't rude to me, I don't feel like I'm on vacation. So like,
what's the point of going to New York if you're not going to get like peed on and called some choice curse words?
Exactly. I go for the urine smell. I go for the ammonia. I go so that people can be like, get out of the way, fatty. Like, when I'm crossing the street, like, I want to be honked at. I want to be screamed at. Like, I go for the experience. So I can imagine, like, it's probably like that, right? Going to the Midwest, it's the opposite, because for me, it's like, I'm excited to go to that. But I don't think people realize how polite people are in the South and the Midwest, and they're always surprised, and I'm surprised they're surprised, because it's like the amount of times I've seen people visit here from California and New York, and they're like, "Why are you holding a fucking door open for me?" Like, everyone thinks that's weird behavior.
Like,
But here
why are
it's
you
like,
looking at me? What are you looking at? You know,
what are you
like
looking at?
it's
Why do you
just
take your
it's just
hat off?
very.
Take your
But yeah,
hat.
you get down south, they're just like, yes, ma'am. No, and I'm like, what? Nobody has ever
Yes,
called me
ma'am.
ma'am.
If you say hun here, it's just like saying dude, you know? It's just hun. You can say it to men, women, it doesn't matter. But if you say that shit in New York, they're like, I'm not your fucking hun. And it's so funny. I'm just,
Or you call them like sweetheart or something like that. They'll just be like,
they're like,
you
what did
know,
you just fucking say to me? Yeah.
yeah.
So fucking funny. I was in a bagel shop in New York, and I just love it. He's like, hurry the fuck up. And he's like slamming on the thing. I'm like, and I'm frazzled, but I'm having the best time. And in Texas, I would be standing there for 10 minutes while the woman behind the counter told the person in line about her bunion. Like, I'm having surgery, and I'm thinking it all. And I'd check my watch. She'd be like, oh, you got somewhere to go? Like, it's just, that's what it's like here. Everything moves slower. There, it's like boom, 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 boom. Midwest, though, those are some nice people with nice accents.
I don't know about nice accents.
Like when they go, I'm in the Lutheran Sisterhood Gun Club.
You bet.
Oh, you bet. Oh, you're so cute. Like, I just love the
That's
way
exactly what they sound like. But they're so sweet like that, and they do actually say those phrases.
Oh, should I be praying for you? What are you doing this Sunday? You want to come with us to a potluck? And then up there, they're like, what are you, fucking retarded? And I'm just like,
Yep.
Dude.
It's culture shock, but I like it kind of. Other than I got, my son suspended from a football game because of my mouth. But other than that,
Are you one of those parents who fights other parents? Do you fight parents at Chuck E. Cheese's? And are you like, do you go?
I will if I have to.
You spit on other parents? You tell them to get fucked? Okay.
Oh, no. But I'll listen. I'm the nicest person in the world, but you do too much to me, and it's just protect my family like any other mama bear. But no, absolutely. If the ref was being a dick, like what choice did I have?
Well, here there's always like a coach that looks like Hank Hill with a bigger belly. He's always in small shorts. He's always a big dude. And if anybody yells at him, he's going to turn around and point, and he's going to say something like, you want me to come over there and headbutt you in the fucking face? Like, it just immediate. You want me to get my gun out, shoot you in the mouth? And then it's just like, okay, like that's it. That just ends it. Like, there's nothing beyond that. Parents don't really step too much. It's like, that's the football coach. That's like talking shit to the governor or the mayor. Like, he runs the football, so you can't say those things. They're very protected here. It's a very protected class. So, like, yeah, you just don't misbehave.
Football? Anybody involved in football? That's the protected class?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, football players in the South get away with so much. Dude, they have literally committed rapes and murders and gotten away with it because football. Like, there's documentaries about this shit, dude. Yeah.
Listen, my son wants to be in the NFL and be in football. So are you telling me this is what I have to look forward to?
Dude, the better they are at football, the easier high school is going to be if you're in the South. For sure. Like, you can get away with being the worst fucking student if you can catch a ball. The amount of kids that I knew who like probably huffed definitely didn't know, like, they couldn't spell, they could barely read, and they got scholarships because it's like, he could take a hit, dude. Like, that dude could take a hit.
Well, it shows you what we value, right?
Yeah. And that's why they all go back home and they lose their hair and they get into insurance.
Or real estate.
No, usually insurance. Real estate's for women.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Real estate's for women and the gays. Literally. You either sell cars or you sell insurance if you want to be a man. If you want to be a real fucking man, you sell that propane. All right. Or you become an alcoholic.
Isn't that what Hank Hill did?
Yeah.
He sold propane.
That's what that bomb was here. Remember the bomb we watched? That was propane accessories.
Huh.
Fucking John Redcorn. We were talking about him the other day.
Yeah.
Joss. He was barbecuing in his house, and he literally mentions propane versus charcoal when he's on the news and his house is burned down. It's fucking wild.
Which was he using, charcoal or propane?
Both. He switched. I think it was
Oh.
charcoal that did it, and then he blamed the neighbors. Also, one of my old neighbors used to cast for Friday Night Lights. She's a casting director.
Yeah.
And it is a fictional high school football show, but it's based on a real school. That's all based on real shit. I think it's Navarro. And they were really crazy. We played them in football. I was the mascot. They stole my tail. Pleasanton stole my tail too and lit it on fire. And so did Poteet. They stole my tail.
Wait, what was the mascot?
Tigers.
Oh, do you have pictures?
Yeah, a lot. I think my Venmo is still that. And it's Cat. I was Cat the tiger. And I was allergic to cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cat, the cat
Mhm.
who's allergic to cats.
Yeah, and I only got it because the kid who got it freshman year, Fernando, did some fucking crazy shit with a bat and went to jail. So then they just I was second. I got second. So then I became mascot, and then I just never let that shit go. I was like, you're gonna have to pry this from my cold dead hands. And they're like, you're in college.
So
Give
you
us
were like the
suit back.
first runner up and
Yeah.
that, the beauty queen.
Well,
had a
then they voted
scandal and
me in
had-
every year after because they were like, she did
Oh.
such a good job. I was the first mascot to incorporate wrestling signs. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
made signs.
absolutely.
And I painted
I
all
have
the
a wrestling
costumes.
video for you, by the way, that I have to
Which
send
one?
you from my son. He took his action figures together and put a little match together for you.
For real?
Yeah, for real. I have a video. I have to send it to you.
What figures is he?
I know one was John Cena.
Oh, sick. Is he? How's he doing since Cena turned heel? Like, is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's doing great. He's awesome. He's
I'm
back
not.
to his normal self.
I'm pretty upset. I'm having a rough time with it.
Having a rough time with what?
John Cena turning heel.
Oh no, he's all right. He doesn't
Like,
care.
he just got over it like that. Just nothing. He's fine
He's
with
like
it.
John Cena's a bad guy. We don't like John Cena.
Oh, fuck. I wish I could process emotions like your child.
I
Because I
know.
can't. I'm still upset. Like, it's still I had a weird dream about Miss Parks the other day. I'm never gonna tell you guys about my dreams. I'm sorry.
You had a
But
dream about Parks.
yeah, she bought the White House and it was on a beach. And then I had to drive a VW. But she sent a driver to pick me up, and I think it was Ted Bundy's VW. And then they got in the back, they made me drive. And I had to
That is
go there. And I was like,
that is a weird fantasy sex dream. Oh baby.
and I was like, no, it wasn't sex. It was real estate on the beach. And I was like, why'd you buy the White House, Miss Parks? And she was like, because I can. Did you like the car? And then that was just it. It was weird.
Listen, it's not surprising. I could imagine it in a real world. I can imagine that more than Karen and Higgins.
Dude, I can imagine Karen and Higgins, but like, I imagine Higgins like all this shit like he's just dumb and she's just like poking him. You know what I mean? Like, she's just like, yeah, you like that? And he's like, quit poking me, Karen. Like, I could see him being a good literal punching bag. Like, she just takes up with him for a while so she can like verbally abuse him and then throws him out. Like a Findom thing, but no money.
I mean, maybe that's possible. I mean, she used him for a quick ego boost, but he was so
did too. He was fishing.
No, he
Did
was
you notice that?
sussing. He was sussing it out. Remember? That's what he said.
Was he fishing, sussing, or edging? Have we decided?
Or all of the
Are
above.
those different?
D, all of the above.
What was one of the things who did he, because at first I truly thought that John picked up Karen's phone and was texting that shit to Higgins fucking with him. Like,
didn't she
she's like,
say that
John,
John
put it
saw-
down. And then he's like, and he's like, no, I'm going to pretend. I'm going to say that. Like, I really, like, when I was reading it, I was like, there's no way a grown woman said this shit. This looks like two dudes pretending to gay up each other. And they don't know the other one is like, they're pronking each other. Because it was so like, there's no way adults talk like this. And then that was the day I learned a lot about culture and Irish people. And I was like, wow, like That's a lot of like, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? Here's pictures of what I'm drinking. Do you want to drink? What are we drinking? I already drank. Did you drink? Are you gonna drink? Like, and I'm like, man, dude, this is just, there's just a lot of drinking going on. Pictures of like really bad malt drink, like wine coolers. What was that? Do you remember? Yeah, what are you sipping on?
Crystal Light. And what was it? What was it that
Crystal Light and vodka,
Maddie
but
McCabe had?
it was
With a
White
splash of
Claw was
Crystal
one of
Light.
them. But it was a picture that didn't fucking Higgins Center. It was like orange, and he was like reminiscing. Like,
Oh
come on.
yeah, the drink he was
Fuck it.
getting from like the store, like a yes.
He was trying to impress her with like fuzzy navel or some shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Smirnoff Ice? Was it Smirnoff Screwdriver? He's like, just some screwdrivers in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? If a guy sent me that, I'd say, reported, blocked, police, called the police. I've called the police. Blocked. Don't ever call me again.
But I bet you you're right though. Like, cause she said John saw it on the camera, and I bet Karen and John at that point were just fucking with him.
Yeah, I don't even think it was nefarious, as Hank would say. I don't even think like it was like, I'm trying to fuck this guy. Like, I really think that she's like, because here's the thing. Here's what did it for me. And here's why I thought that. And I think this is logical. He's like, you want to go to this party? Or she's like, you want to go to this party? I'm trying to do the fucking voice. You want to go to this party? And he's like, where's it at? It's over here. Who's going to be there? Fucking me, John, you. And he's like, oh, like a couples thing? Remember? It was some shit like that.
Yeah. You got Jameson and Ginger?
You got Jameson and Ginger? Yeah. What's John doing? Like, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then he seemed to be surprised that John was there. But she didn't. She was just like, yeah, we're fucking inviting you. I think it rang true to me at that point. Like, oh, she's trying to bestie friends up with Higgins to get him pussy. Like, it felt like she was trying to wingman for him and with John's blessing. And she's trying to make that clear to him. And then he's responding, thinking she's flirting. I can see at that point, John kind of popping over the couch being like, what do you say to that? And then she's like, he said you're pretty. Yeah, some shit like that. And John's just like,
he said tricks
oh,
for kids.
Yeah, give me that. You go into the hilly. Like, I can see them laughing together, watching a fucking Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan movie, talking about the hilly to each other, to Higgins, fucking with him. And I can see her going, I'm not going to lie, so don't put me on the stand for this, but it's going to be hard to explain to the court that John's fucking with Higgins. They're not going to believe me anyway. Let him go with the romance thing.
So this may be why she couldn't testify either. You know what I mean? Because then she'd have to tell the whole truth. And the whole truth is just something.
We like to fuck with Higgins a lot. Like, we just fucking pranked the shit out of that dude. And yes, we were malicious and mean. Yes, we led him on. Yes, he thought he was in a 6-month relationship and he was going to meet us holding a rose at a cafe. So what? Like, what if they were just like getting drunk and catfishing him?
That actually sounds kind of fun. I might want to do that, like a date night with my husband.
Yeah, just catfish someone into falling in love with you. It's a fun date night thing that you can do with your spouse. But it felt weird because it didn't feel, and I'm not even doing this to defend her. If she wants to fuck a fatty, she can fuck a fatty. Like, we're fucking fatties need love. But like, there's just no way she wanted to fuck that dude. There's no fucking way.
And she pulled back real quick. If it wasn't John and her messing with him, it was like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm not that desperate.
Yeah, dudes do get crazy, Mary B. They get fucking wild. And he had the most bitch in him, dude. He was the whole like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yo. Like, Karen, like, just over a lot of repetitive, a lot of, are you going to text me back? Oh, so that's it? So that's all you wanted? At one point, he didn't say these words, but I got the impression that he was like, you just want me for my body. And it's like, bro, no one wants that ham. Get out of here. Go hang out with the nigga. What are you doing right now? Like, I'm so angry at the audacity of him to think he could fucking land that. And then I wonder if the whole John saw us kissing. To me, that seems like some shit John would say. I really think she was probably taking a dump or like a shower, and John's on her phone like, I saw you kissing. Like John saw us kiss it, and he's just like, ha ha ha. Like, I feel like they're, I don't want to say a mean couple because that's not what I mean, but I feel like because when they're teaming up in the bar, they're talking to each other, they're like, he. They're almost like the two dudes dry humping playing grab ass in the back, but those dudes are really fighting. They look kind of lovable. I could see them like sneaking off to catfish their friend.
Oh yeah, no, I think so. And John didn't look like he was that upset about anything. You know, if it was true, like, oh, he saw the kiss on the video and it was something serious, you don't think John would have went in there and been like, you think he would have wanted to have been around Higgins? No, he knew it was like we were just effing with him. I totally see that. You got me on that one. I'm sold.
In trial 1, when Higgins is like, he says in this trial that like he wasn't that close to John, and like what did he say? Like he hung out with him twice, or he could have pulled up twice. Something about like 2 times maybe they met. But then like in trial 1, they're like texting each other. Like, didn't they also text each other pictures of alcohol? They like talked, like they texted each other. They were homies. They're in pictures going, like it's all very strange. Also, who does John fucking look like? John looks like Jesse from Breaking Bad if he were like stretched
like
out.
Oh yes, like Jesse, like 20 years later.
Yeah, Mr. White. Yeah, he looks like Jesse.
He does.
I was trying to figure out which new kid on the block it was. It's not a new kid on the block. It's Jesse. From
Joey, a little bit. Yeah, that new kid on the block.
Everybody up there has a little Joey McIntyre inside of them.
That's what he said.
Dude, a little Joe. What'd you name your dick? I named it Joey McIntyre. Do you remember? Was it Mallrats when Ben Affleck's having sex in the VW with that girl? And she goes, who's your favorite new kid? Call me Joey. Call me Jordan. Call me Johnny. Like that whole.
You're killing me.
He's like, who's your favorite new kid? Home of the New Kids on the Block. Mad respect to Boston. John O'Keefe looks a lot like Jesse from Breaking Bad. It really trips me the fuck out how even Nagel's brother, even baby boy Nagel, looks a little bit like Joey McIntyre.
I don't know about that. He looks like the ugly new kid.
Well, no, just the tiniest drop. Like they all kind of got a hint of McIntyre. His eyes are so close together.
Is that what it is? It's inbreeding. Is that what you're saying?
It is a place that, like, okay, all I'm saying is like William Bradford House is there. Like this is like the Pilgrims, but you know what I mean? People of the Middle Earth coming first, right? I wasn't in the best school, but it's the first there. I mean, they're the closest to the kings, right?
Oh, it's true. And a lot of times they kept in the family, like cousins and stuff.
Get a hardcore monarch vibe. I saw y'all's No Kings rally. Ain't nobody was fucking there because you guys fucking love kings up there. Because you all get to do a little Cersei Jamie up there. Call each other birds and shit.
Big birds.
Kissing cousins, dude. That's when I started to catch that vibe. Allie and fucking Colin.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Night. Oh, they practiced with
nasty each other. Motherfuckers. They went to that high school to get coke. He kissed his cousin, and that's why they're acting weird. I honestly don't think Colin had anything to do with it, or Allie. I think the reason they're acting so weird, pleading the fifth on everything, is because they went to the high school parking lot. He kissed his cousin. He confessed his love, and Allie went, "I'm fucking gay." And then they went home. And that's why Jen doesn't give a fuck that she was out on her 360. She's like, "Oh, that's my lesbo daughter." Like I'm a soccer mom, but somehow I raised this one. She won't even kiss her own cousin. Fuck her. Like, I just get these feelings.
What's wrong with her?
That these two are doing something.
She don't find her cousin attractive. She's got to be one of those maggots.
He goes. Your cousin was your best friend? Is that what they said? And then she's like, no. Like they put everybody, all of them. Would you say your cousin's your best friend? No, I didn't fucking say that. Like they get Why didn't you text him ever again? You texted him every day, and then all of a sudden this day you don't? Come on. If they hit a guy with their car, they would still be talking. They'd still be doing drugs. These are bad people. They don't give a fuck if they run someone over. Are you kidding me? Like, they would have no issue with that. They kissed. That's what's weird.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, God, we can never see each other again because we made it weird.
Or they went there to meet someone to sell them fentanyl, and that kid died, and then nobody put that together, and they're like, we just have to shut the fuck up about that night. Like, some shit like that. Like, it's
that rings a little too true to me, in my opinion.
It's something that, it's interesting. I've been actually reading a lot of articles about this, about high school kids who they either sneak around to do B&Es at night and get shot, or they sell someone bad drugs and the person dies, and then they get away with it for a long time, and then they get busted, and they're doing all these tests and shit that take weeks and weeks, and there's like just this new burgeoning thing. Like, teens aren't doing like the shit they used to do. It's no longer toilet papering trees. It's like, we're gonna break into this fucking old man's house till he shoots us in the face. And it's like, whoa, dude. Like, everyone calm down. They're doing like wild challenges. Like, it's no longer eating Tide Pods. It's escalated to actual breaking and entering. Have you seen this shit?
Well, yeah, I saw like that little Albert kicking around a bunny in a house and destroying some walls and stuff.
I almost forgot. They were kicking a bunny. She's
Yeah.
a soccer mom.
They were just practicing, all those kids.
They thought the bunny was a soccer ball, and I told them you have to practice 30 kicks a day. So they made with the you don't want to waste it. You use every part of the rabbit. Like, what the fuck? They ruined that poor girl's house. Ruined that poor girl's house.
But then a check was written and it all went away.
That was fucking crazy. So what was fucked up that I only saw one news horse highlight is that she was an Indian student and they were ripping on her being racist.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know how true it is, but I heard it.
Oh, it's fucking true. It's one of those kids.
If I'm a betting woman, yeah, absolutely. It's true.
People who bunny kick have some sort of inherent racism. Something's going on in there. There's a hatred. Colin's mom is not Nicole. Well, you know what? Same bitch, different face. As far as I'm concerned, they're all brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, and mothers. They freak me out, dude. They got some Lannister shit going on. I mean,
oh yeah, they're correcting you because Jen McCabe is the soccer mom and Julie Albert is Colin's mom.
At one point, I thought Nagel was like married to Matt. Like, they have blobbed into one transformer of a hateful person who doesn't put their shopping cart back in the parking lot.
You said blob with Nagel. Was that pun intended?
Dude, Nagel said, I saw a blob. And everybody went, okay. And then they're
like, eat your peanut butter and jelly.
Eat your peanut butter and jelly, honey. We know you saw the blob. Now go into the night. And then Chief is like, I saw fucking tiny little glass from afar. And they went, okay. And then Jen's like, I saw John passed out in the snow and I said, stop the car. And they're like, how could you see that?
No, it was Karen who they said.
Karen.
How could she see this? See him.
This? How could you see him? That's what they said to her. How could you see him? Because she's looking out the window looking for him. How could you see?
And she saw the buffalo on the prairie, and that stood out. You don't see that in Massachusetts.
But you guys don't think it's weird that someone who wasn't looking for something found it? You're cool with someone who wasn't looking finding this mysterious hidden object.
Well, yeah, Nagel saw the blob, and that was Nagel saw the blob, but Karen saw the buffalo on a prairie, but she couldn't have seen the buffalo on the prairie. The logic doesn't make any sense. It's all like it only applies when they want it to apply.
The phone data doesn't lie, except the time it tells you he went up and down 3 flights of stairs. Then
the temperature doesn't make any sense. I don't care what anybody says. The temperature makes no sense.
It's also kind of moot because they don't really discuss, like, I don't recall them discussing the difference between metal cooling down or heating up, lithium, how that would affect the battery. Is it going to affect the results? Like, there's just so many things that are odd about it that I'm like, Why didn't you just explain? Why didn't they just ask the fucking daughter? Was she drinking when she was yelling at you? She smelled like booze? Did she have a cup in her hand? Why didn't they ask the family, hey, can we see what glassware you have? Like, they really could have saved us so much time and saved Karen a lot of fucking stress.
It was, and that's another thing. Why didn't Massachusetts learn from that? So you think about it, where Canton police, because he had not passed away officially yet when John was on the yard at 34 Fairview. So it was their case until he passed away. So Massachusetts State Police wouldn't come out, and it leaves that crack where things can fall through the hole. You know what I mean? Like, everything, they didn't learn from that. Like, well, what about when somebody's like gonna die?
Yeah.
What do you do? Like, they don't, like, Canton didn't know how to collect the evidence. Canton didn't know how to do those things. They should, but that's Massachusetts State Police does that. But because he wasn't technically dead, they didn't want to come out in a snowstorm. Is that not a systemic issue that should be fixed by now?
It is a systemic issue, but also there's a, what's it called? The all points thing, where it's like, if a cop is down, if he's injured, even if he's not dead, everybody go there. Like, everybody who is near the car, if you're getting off work,
he wasn't a cop. He was a man passed out in the snow.
Because she didn't say he was a cop. She didn't pull that card. You had that card in your back pocket. You didn't pull it out for your homie. Like, he was your best friend, Jen.
She didn't even say she knew him, really, right in the beginning. It was like, a man's passed out in the snow. Not, my friend John is passed out in the snow. Or,
and she said, guy.
A guy, the man, or whatever.
The guy is unresponsive. Like, what?
Like, it sounded like it was just some random homeless person that got drunk and fell asleep on their yard. That's what it sounded like, the way she called 911.
They already said that if she gets found not guilty, they're going to retry her, right? I think they said that yesterday.
No, you mean mistrial, not guilty. If they say not guilty, they can't do it again.
Sorry. Yeah, if they have a mistrial or hung jury.
And you know what? I think people are like, well, why did they put that DUI charge on? OUI, sorry, Massachusetts, it's OUI. And
that's their
the thing is, I honestly think that's a good strategy, because here's the deal. She shouldn't get that because they technically can't prove that. Yeah. And the burden is on the Commonwealth. So if the jury's doing what they're supposed to do, it should be not guilty across the board. But if the jury feels like they need to split the baby, they'll do that OUI. And I thought to myself, yeah, she doesn't deserve that. But do you think she wants to go through a third trial? Like, if it's a mistrial or it's an OUI, which one would you pick? The cost of going through a third trial.
She could do an appeal on the OUI, and Bev's not going to stick around for that. Get a whole new judge, get it dismissed. In the long run, nothing happens.
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, you can't admit it because it's not, it's not admissible because it was not the right blood draw. You know what I mean? And she'll get it thrown out on appeals. So strategy-wise, that was genius. I don't care what anybody says. That was what she wanted to do.
Actually is. It'll be way cheap to find an OUI charge comparably. Probably do it without her even showing up.
Right. And it's a first offense. She has no criminal history.
Yeah.
And then they could just, and here's the thing, I think people are going to, even if they find her not guilty, they're still going to.
Oh, she's entitled to deferred adjudication. They could literally just have her do probation, and then it gets dismissed.
What do they do? What I always hear them calling it, like it always sounds like a queef, but like a quaff or something, when it's like a first offense. Feel like you're a good person for like a year and it goes away.
Motion to quaff. Motion to queef, Your Honor. What it is? Motion to queef, Your Honor. Yeah. A motion to queef, Judge Bev. She just
and that's how they're going to get those holdouts. That's what I think. That's the holdouts that aren't going to budge unless she gets something because she was driving drunk. That may be the only solution.
Yeah, and so the max charge I read was 2.5, not the minimum, the max. And I think that Bev, just to be a cunt, will totally give her that. But if she can appeal it, even though it's an OUI, I would just do it. And then Bev's not, there's no way. First of all, it's going to get bounced down the docket. Then Bev's going to have to stick around. She's going to be like, no, I got to go fucking do this other shit. They're probably going to get a new judge. Yeah. And then he'll just be like, this is fucking dumb. And then just end it. But then it would all be a waste. But then they couldn't retry her.
But like, I'd love to know in the history of that in Massachusetts with OUIs.
Who gives
on
a
first
fuck? It's a
on first
precedent.
offenses, what do they normally give people?
Oh, on first offenses, it's you can literally get off with probation. We were reading it yesterday. You can get off with probation. You can do I really think like it is no jail time. It's just like probation is the normal. So
You go through like a program, probably. Like you
yeah,
take
well,
some
you have to take drug and
classes.
alcohol rehabilitation awareness. You have to take the drunk driving or the just normal driving school, like you fucked up, didn't have insurance type of shit. You have to submit to drug tests, or which in her case would be alcohol tests. And the breathalyzer. But the breathalyzer goes on your second. So she'd be good. She just get probation. She might even get deferred adjudication if it were any other judge, but it's Beverly. So
Because yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If that's what she gets convicted of, it's going to be like a year probation. You're a good girl. Slap on the wrist. Everything. Bye bye. It's don't do it again.
then they make you kiss Higgins.
Then they make you kiss who? You just cut out on me.
Higgins, Brian Higgins. They're like, now come kiss Higgins. He's yours now.
Sometimes you got to take one for the team.
Yep. They're make her kiss on Higgins, and they're like, okay, you're done. And then Marcus is gonna do a tactical role. I'm so tired. All right. So
you're not feeling well.
I'm not. I probably have to go actually. Dylan's on his way
insane.
home, but we're gonna eat something. And then I'm probably gonna take a long nap, wake up, find out what's up with Karen, dude. I think she's gonna get
What's your prediction? What's your prediction, OB?
I think she's gonna get off. I think that they're gonna give it they're gonna read through those texts and they're gonna go, oh fuck, why didn't they bring this guy? And then they're gonna get mad about it. And then the two holdouts, they're gonna fight and break down their will so that they can go home.
So you think not guilty on all charges?
Internet. Yeah, they're gonna go, I want to get on the internet. Come on, Ralph. And then whoever it is that's like, hell no, they're gonna fucking break his will. They're gonna probably bribe him. And they're gonna be like, "Come on, just fucking agree with us. Don't you want to go home? Don't you want to fuck your wife?" And then he's gonna go. Fine.
On what day? What day do you think they're gonna come back?
Oh, the end of tomorrow. They're over this shit, dude.
You think by the end of day Monday?
I was over it on day 3. This jury, yes, today, technically, or tomorrow.
I pray you're right. Darlene needs to do the cards and confirm. I know, but she needs to do it again. I need confirmation. I need a second opinion, second confirmation, just to make sure that there wasn't some interference in the air that was preventing the spirit from giving her the message.
Yeah,
Darlene, do it again.
Sure. She said she was certain, though.
I kind of believe her.
I believe her too. I felt it. She didn't do it in all caps, but I felt it. I think that they're going to find her not guilty. And then on the way out of the courthouse, she's accidentally going to hit Jim.
Accidentally, you say?
Yeah, she just cruises out and then goes, boom, boom, boom. Oh, fuck, again. And then Jim's going to go, oh.
We got to do this all over.
Yeah. No, it's going to be dope. She's going to get out. I do think, though, that this is going to cause a lot of people who are still mad about it to be like, well, who killed John? And then it's going to embarrass the police and they're going to be forced to investigate. I know people go, well, we'll never find out what happened to John. I don't know.
They still haven't charged anybody for Sandra Birchmore. Yep. Do you really think that? No, they're just going to continue.
He's a cop.
But they're going to continue to say Karen did it because that's what they want it to be. And
100%.
that she got off on it and it was her fault because she hired some fancy attorney from LA and they made up a story and that they're going to stick to that.
No, I agree. But I think Michael Morrissey is going to leave office and then whoever comes in is going to go, well, let's find out who fucking did it. And I don't know who they're going to blame, but they're going to do that. Oh shit. Hold on. I'll be right back. Yeah, he's got to pee. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to do a not guilty tomorrow. Everybody manifest. Do your shit.
Can we ask the moon?
No, we don't talk to the moon.
Okay. What about the sun?
I still think Jen did it. I think she bit him, scratched him up, got him down on the ground, started turning into a werewolf.
You think her snaggletooth did it?
Yeah.
I mean, it would make those parallel marks on his arm. I could see it.
The pork?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think we know what happened. Yeah, 2.5 years is maximum, not minimum. All right. Well,
All
here's
right,
what we're
dear.
gonna do. I'm gonna tell you goodbye. I love you to death. You're the best. I want to see your kids wrestling video. I'm glad he's great with the Cena heel turn. I'm great with it. I'm just like, I'm struggling because I'm on our truth side. I love the our truth heel turn. If our truth and Cena don't fight at WrestleMania and overshadow all the work they've been doing the last 3 years on other storylines, so that our truth can take one more title. I mean, take the big title, really, at least this time, and then retire. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
It sounds like I'm talking to my kid right now.
Do you want to talk about Roblox? I'm just kidding. All right. Bye, Amber. I love you to
Bye,
death.
dear. Love you too.
You, Karen. Oh, shit. Oops. Sorry. I cut it off. I hit the button too early. Okay. Good night, you guys. You're all the best. It's going to be fine tomorrow. It's going to be fine. You know how I know it's going to be fine? You know how I know? Because Marcus versus Fredrickson. Okay. Marcus versus Fredrickson. That's how I know. We're going to end on that. I hope you have the best day. I hope you had a happy Father's Day. I hope you all grow tails and learn to fly. All right. I'm so tired. You have a good night. God bless. Hugin says hello. We love you. Free Karen. Here is Marcus and Fredrickson fighting for your enjoyment. Bye-bye.
Oh, Fredrickson. No. Don't hit Fredrickson. That's my little cousin. You want to meet him? He's really... Hey, Fredrickson, don't you be throwing that stuff back. Marcus, don't get into a throwing fight with Fredrickson. Marcus? Fredrickson? Why are you hitting Wyatt? Fredrickson, no, you're throwing shit at me. Look, that's my cousin. You guys haven't met each other. Isn't he cute? Isn't he? Mean it. I know. Here, I want you to meet Fredrickson, okay? That's my little cousin, Fredrickson. He's really sweet. Fredrickson, be nice. That's your godfather.
Stupid, rotund, round, little bitch. Stupid head, got no hair. All round and stupid.
He's an alligator.
Tall looking.
Fredrickson, put down the gun, all right? Guys?
My bad.
All right. Well, why don't you guys hug it out?